Alice Marie Coachman Davis, born on November 9, 1923, in the small town of Albany, Georgia, wasn't just an athlete. She was a pioneer who carved out her place in history. Known for her specialization in the high jump, Coachman broke barriers in sports and society, becoming the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. Her achievements went far beyond the track, standing as a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of breaking through systemic obstacles. Alice was the fifth of 10 children born to Fred and Evelyn Coachman, growing up in a segregated South Rife with challenges. From an early age, Alice displayed extraordinary athletic potential, but societal barriers stood firmly in her way. As a black child during an era when racial segregation ruled the United States, she was denied access to proper training facilities and excluded from organized sports. On top of that, her journey was made more arduous by the prevailing belief at the time that women had no place in athletics. Undeterred, young Alice improvised with what little she had. With no shoes or formal training equipment, she practiced barefoot on dusty rural roads near her home. She crafted makeshift hurdles and jumping equipment, often using ropes and sticks to hone her skills. It was raw determination and a natural talent for the high jump that carried her forward. Alice's perseverance caught the attention of those around her, especially her teacher Cora Bailey at Monroe Street Elementary School. Along with her supportive aunt, Carrie Spree, Bailey encouraged Alice to pursue her athletic dreams, despite her parents' initial reluctance. By 1983, when Alice enrolled at Madison High School, her passion for track and field had already begun to take shape. Under the guidance of Coach Harry Lash, her skills began to flourish. Just a year later, she had impressed enough to earn the attention of the prestigious Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. In 1939, at the age of 16, Alice accepted a life-changing scholarship to attend Tuskegee Preparatory School. The scholarship came with its own set of responsibilities. While training and studying, she worked to maintain the sports facilities, clean uniforms, and ensure the upkeep of the athletic environment. These tasks only fueled her determination to succeed. At Tuskegee, she sharpened her technique under professional guidance, becoming a force to be reckoned with in track and field. Alice's hard work paid off, and her time at Tuskegee proved to be the foundation of her athletic and academic success. She graduated in 1946 with a degree in dressmaking, but her aspirations didn't stop there. Driven by a thirst for education and achievement, Alice continued her studies at Albany State College. By 1949, she had earned a Bachelor of Science degree in home economics with a minor in science. Before even attending the Tuskegee Preparatory School, Alice Coachman was already breaking records and turning heads. Competing in the Amateur Athletic Union's Women's National Championships, she shattered both collegiate and national high jump records, remarkably while competing barefoot. Her jumping style was as unique as it was effective, blending straight jumping techniques with the Western roll method. This unconventional approach set her apart and marked her as a rising star in the world of athletics. From 1939 to 1948, Coachman utterly dominated the AAU Outdoor High Jump Championships, claiming the national title 10 consecutive times. Her reign was unparalleled, and she cemented her reputation as one of the finest athletes in the nation. But her talent didn't stop there. At Tuskegee Institute, she proved her versatility by excelling in multiple events, earning national championships in the 50-meter dash, the 100-meter dash, and as part of the 400-meter relay team. And if that wasn't enough, Alice also shined on the basketball court. Playing as a guard for Tuskegee's women's basketball team, she led her team to 3 conference championships. Her multifaceted athleticism showcased a rare combination of speed, strength, and precision that left both teammates and opponents in awe. Yet, despite being at the peak of her abilities, Alice faced a heartbreaking reality. The 1940 and 1944 Olympic Games, which would have been prime opportunities to showcase her talent on a global stage, were cancelled due to World War II. Sports writer Eric Williams would later speculate that had she competed in those cancelled games, Alice Coachman might have been remembered as the greatest female athlete of all time. Finally, in 1948, Alice Coachman got a chance to compete on the international stage. the Summer Olympics in London offered her the opportunity to prove her mettle against world's best athletes. She didn't disappoint. At the Olympic trials, Kochman stunned the crowd by leaping 5 feet 4 inches, breaking a record that had stood for 16 years. Her performance secured her spot on the US Olympic team and set the stage for her historic moment. In the high jump finals at the London Games, Alice faced stiff competition including Great Britain's Dorothy Tyler, but Kochman rose to the occasion. On her very first attempt, she cleared 1.68 meters, setting a new Olympic record and surpassing all expectations. Tyler matched the height but only succeeded on her second attempt, giving Alice the edge. With that leap, Alice Kochman not only claimed the gold medal but also etched a name in the history as the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. Kochman's victory was monumental. She was the only American woman to win a gold medal in athletics at the 1948 Games, and her medal was presented by none other than King George VI. It was a moment of triumph, not just for Alice, but for women, African Americans, and athletes everywhere who dared to dream big despite the odds. Alice's return to the United States was nothing short of a hero's welcome. She was celebrated as a national icon, her name on everyone's lips. Parades in her honor stretched from Atlanta to her hometown of Albany, Georgia, where thousands gathered to cheer for their champion. She met President Harry Truman and former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, basking in the recognition her achievement so richly deserved. One of the most glamorous celebrations came courtesy of Count Basie, who hosted a party in her honor. But the accolades didn't stop there. In 1952, Alice Kochman broke another barrier, becoming the first African American woman to endorse an international product. Coca-Cola signed her as a spokesperson and featured her prominently on billboards alongside fellow Olympic legend Jesse Owens. It was a groundbreaking move that signaled a new era for black athletes in the commercial world. Back home, her legacy was cemented in tangible ways. Alice Avenue and Kochman Elementary School in Albany were named in her honor, ensuring that her story would inspire generations of young athletes to follow in her footsteps. Alice Kochman's competitive athletic career came to a close at the tender age of 24, but her remarkable journey didn't end there. Having already shattered records and broken barriers in the world of sports, she turned her attention to a new chapter, giving back to her community through education and mentorship. Transitioning from the spotlight of international athletics, Alice devoted the remainder of her life to shaping the minds of the next generation. She became an elementary and high school teacher, sharing her passion for learning and inspiring young students to dream big. Alongside teaching, she also served as a track coach, instilling in athletes the same discipline, determination, and resilience that had defined her own journey to greatness. Alice's personal life was not without its challenges. Her first marriage brought her 2 children, a daughter and a son named Richmond. While their union ultimately ended in divorce, Alice's love for her children remained steadfast. Later in life, she married, tying the knot with Frank Davis. The two shared years of companionship until Frank passed away 5 years before her own death. In her later years, Alice faced health struggles, including a stroke that required her to seek care in a nursing home. On July 14, 2014, in her hometown of Albany, Georgia, Alice Kochman passed away from cardiac arrest following complications from respiratory issues. She was 90 years old. Although she left the world, her legacy continues to inspire countless individuals across generations. Alice Kochman's contribution to sport and society are etched into history, recognized through numerous honors and tributes. In 1979, she was inducted into the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to her monumental impact in her home state and beyond. Her achievements were also celebrated on the global stage during the 1996 Summer Olympic Games in Atlanta, where she was recognized as one of the 100 greatest Olympians of all time. In 1998, Kochman became an honorary member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, a prestigious organization dedicated to service and sisterhood. 4 years later, in 2002, the National Women's History Project designated her as a Women's History Month honoree, celebrating her as a pioneer who paved the way for countless women in sports. Additional accolades included her induction into the US Track and Field Hall of Fame in 1975 and the United States Olympic Hall of Fame in 2004. So guys, that's the end of our video about the story of Alice Kochman. who inspired young ladies around the world in the field of sports. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of similar content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also like this video.